Hello, everybody. Happy Monday, and it is Monday, March the 17th already, and there is some breaking news in the fishing report for today. There's some interesting things going on as our area is becoming more fishy day by day as things are just about to turn the corner. I'll be right back to tell you what's going on and tell you about a really big historical catch made on Hatteras Island. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Locally owned and operated since 1971, Billy's Seafood has been providing the locals and visitors of the Outer Banks with some of the freshest seafood you'll find. Not too far off the beaten path down Collington Road in KDH, Billy's Seafood has become a landmark for those seeking top-notch seafood at affordable prices. Billy's Seafood also has beer, wine, grandma's tuna salad, and other groceries as well. To see more, go online to billyseafoodobx.com. Billy's Seafood, putting fresh seafood on your table for over 50 years. Frisco Woods Campground, a family-owned gem for over 50 years, offers a perfect getaway on Hatteras Island. Whether you prefer tent camping, electric water sites, RV spots, or primitive camping cabins, there's something for everyone. Guests enjoy free hot showers, a refreshing pool, and breathtaking sunsets over the Pamlico Sound. Nestled in nature yet close to local attractions, Frisco Woods Campground provides a peaceful retreat with modern comforts, making it an ideal destination for outdoor enthusiasts and families alike. Book online at the Frisco Woods Campground.com. Frisco Woods Campground, 50 years of memory making on Hatteras Island.
So I've sort of gotten in the habit of starting with the Hatteras offshore report most days. Andy Pylan on the Good Times has been really excellent at charterboat captain down to, I believe he's in Odin Stock, and he's been keeping me up to date all winter long. He's been out there bluefin tuna fishing, and he's fishing off his home waters. And then occasionally they're going out and around the Diamond Shoals Lighthouse, which is, 20 miles offshore, and then going up off the canyons, up off Oregon Inlet, sometimes to what we call the Point. They're catching the schooling size bluefin tunas down on the lower end where they let them all go, but keep one per day. That might be as much as 73 inches or just up to 73 inches, might weigh a couple hundred pounds. And then there's a scattered yellowfin mixed in those catches too. And he mentioned on the day that he went up towards Oregon Inlet, there were some giant bluefin tunas caught, as well as, I think he said that day he had 5 yellowfins, and I saw some other boats with 5, 6, 7 yellowfins. So that's really encouraging to have a few tunas starting to show up. And when my new fishing guide comes out, you'll see that I do Tuna 101. I'm going to tell you everything about the 4 major tunas that we catch: blackfin, yellowfin, big eye, bluefin. And that fishing guide will be out in May. It's free. It'll be available all over the Outer Banks. So keep an eye out for that. I'd already mentioned Oregon Inlet. I saw where Brenner Parks on the smoker turned loose a really big bluefin tuna. To me, I mean, I'm no judge, but it was 800 pounds or bigger. I mean, all the other captains that were commenting were in agreement to that. So that was a big one to let go. That's called a giant. That's the name, a giant bluefin tuna. And right now you cannot bring one of them in the boat. So the idea is to catch it, then revive it, if it's necessary, a little bit alongside the boat, and then let it loose to swim and spawn and fight another day. So we had that going on. We don't have a lot going on in the intermediate waters, but buddy, when we get into the surf, we got the catch of a lifetime. You may have already heard about it now, but Sean Luke and Jason Rosenfeld on either Friday or Saturday, and I'm leaning towards Saturday. But either way, they went down fishing off the surf on Hatteras Island and really practiced and planned to go after a great white shark. And we don't hear a lot about great whites, but we do occasionally. The fancy shark in my book is the mako, and then all those other sharks, we have just tons of them on the Outer Banks. But the great white, that's the king of the shark world. And from the beach, they caught probably a 12-foot long is what it looked like. He called it 12 to 14 feet long and better than 1,400 pounds. Caught it, brought it up on the beach in the wash where it continued to breathe, got a couple of good pictures, and then quickly released that thing, and it swam off through the breakers. It looked like it was in good shape. I think that's the first, and that's what they said on their post, the first time on Hatteras history that a great white shark has been caught off the beach. Pretty remarkable catch. And remember, great whites get really big, up to 3,000 pounds. So all of that was happening in there. So that's all I have for ocean fishing. But I got some stuff going on back in the backcountry too. I'll take a drink, take a break, and then I'll be back to tell you what's happening in the backcountry.
When it comes to general maintenance or major modifications on your diesel vehicle, look no further than Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance in Kill Devil Hills. Master mechanic Ryan Walker developed the plan for having his own auto shop over 20 years ago, and today he owns the premium diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks. To have him and his crew take a look under your hood, give him a call today at 252-715-0025 or find him on social media. Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance, the diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks.
So Backcountry Report covers any inland water other than the ocean. Could be around the inlets, it could be around the bridges, could be back in the big sounds, of which we have several large sounds. The largest, I think, by area would be the Pamlico Sound, that is roughly, in my calculation, 120 miles long, 30 miles wide at some of the widest places, 25 to 30 miles wide. It's a big body of water, but we'll start out though, we'll talk about something a little different. We'll talk about this largemouth bass bite that's going on. It's really, really good bass fishing. Freshwater bass, big mouth bass, what I'm talking about. And not a striper, not a rockfish, not yet in the report. Big largemouth bass, northern Outer Banks, southern shores, duck, Currituck County, and now I'm even starting to hear of a few over here in Hyde County. So there's a little bit of action spreading out wider and wider, but the bite is good. A friend of mine caught 9 the other day, and that day his biggest one was 7.5 pounds, but he had caught a 9-pounder the week before that. I don't know what they're catching them on. They probably wouldn't tell me anyway. I don't know exactly where they're catching them, but if you're a bass fisherman and you like that kind of thing, you know where to go. I'm just telling you it's time to go. Go out there and wet a line. Now we jump back into the sounds. There are striped bass or rockfish being caught in the Albemarle Sound. I've been talking to Captain Dickie Harris and Gray Davis of Hyde Guides, and it's not a slam dunk, but they've had a couple really good days, a couple days where it's a little slower, also catch and release fishing, but that bite is on as well. And then we know about, on Saturday, we had a little bit of action in the Pamlico Sound with the drum on the western side. Those seem to be mostly puppy drum. But in talking to Andy Pylan again on the Good Times down out of Hatteras, some of the charter boats were back of the inlet, back in the sound, and they caught some big drum. They caught some 45, 47-inch drum, and they caught some slot-sized drum. So that's kind of new into our fishing report and really encouraging anyway. And keep in mind, as this water warms up, these estuaries are coming back to life now. And when I say that, what I mean is I drive from Hyde County to Dare County almost every day. Driving down that sound shore, I'm starting to see a lot more activity with people fishing the estuaries. The kayakers will be out if they're not already. This is going to be a really good drum season, is what it's looking like to me anyway. Don't know yet. It's too soon to tell about where we're going to be at on speckled trout after the big Cold Stone event we had, but time will tell. And they will recover, so we just have to be patient and see what happens. So that's it. That's the fishing report on this Monday. Great big 800-pound tunas, 1,000-pound plus great white sharks, drumming in the sound, a scattered bite on the surf for a puppy drum or a sea mullet, very scattered. And really, the bass fishing is very, very good for the largemouth bass. So go out and wet a line. You're not going to catch them in the motel room. And I hope the good Lord blesses you like he's blessing me.